So this is our lecture number 10 in the series of logistic regressions. Now in this lecture we are talking about column standardization. Okay, so why we are needed column standardization in logistic regressions? We are all about know the column standardization in the chapter of exploratory data analysis. When we learn the exploratory data analysis, then we are learn how to column standardization applicable in machine learning. Okay, now let's consider a data sets. Suppose our data set, suppose draw a table. Suppose this is a table and this is our features. This column is all about features 1, this column is all about features 2, this column is about features J, and suppose this column is all about features T. Suppose let's take we have our D features. Features 1, this is features 2, this is features 3, this is features J, this is suppose features D. Suppose let's take, we have to draw one. Okay, and let's we have one data set that is called xi. We have number of x1 data point, x2 data point, suppose xn number of data points. Here we have xi data. Okay, so for xi data we have features J. For Sj we are our data point in this data is xij. Okay, xij is our actual data point in the ith data, in the actually ith data point jth component xij. Fj is equals to features. So xi, let xi dimension of xi belongs to R dimension, because in our model we have D features. So our point is belonging to D dimensional. Sorry, it is xi, that is our data point, is belonging in D dimensional point, because we have our D features in our model. Now in KNN we are learn that we are finding the near distances. Okay, in KNN we finding the distances. We are already learned here. We are calculating the distances in KNN. And standardizations our features, we have to suppose we have data, in this data we want to standardize it. How we standardize? First we have to calculate the mean of these features, that is features J. In these features we have to calculate the first mean. Suppose let's take this mean is all about mu J and its standard deviation. Let's call it is a sigma J. So with the help of the mean of features J and the standard deviations of this feature J, we have to standardize the data. Our main data is xij, we have to standardize it. After standardizations it will call xij dash. How it? We are our main data minus subtracting it from our mean, then divided it by our sigma, that is our standard deviations. So in this process we are calling this technique as a standardization. This technique called is a standard deviation technique. Or another way, it is called mean centric mean centering technique and scaling technique. So why it called mean centering and scaling? Because mean centering means we are centering every data to our mean, because in every data we are subtracting from our features mean. So it is called mean centering, because we are centering our data to our mean. So for this it is called mean centering, centering our data. And we divide it to our variance. So because of this it is called scaling. Okay. So in logistic regression it is mandatory. In logistic regressions this technique is mandatory. It is mandatory to perform our feature standardization. Why? Okay, it is mandatory in logistic regression. Because why? And so if we just simple drawing the primary picture, the main geometric concept. So simple, we have the data sets and one plane. Suppose let's take I our plane, and the perpendicular to our plane is called the W. Okay, this is our W. At the end of the day, actually we have to find distance. Yeah, suppose if it is a xi data, then we are calculating here the distance from our plane. This is the primary concept. We are calculating the distance. Then else technique, just simple. We are taking using the scaling distance and else. So simple. At the firstly, this is the primary concept. First we have to calculate the distance, and then everything else. So because of the calculating, we are calculating here distance. So for this we have the need to perform the feature standardizations. So because of this we need to perform our feature scaling. Because of this, okay, or nothing else. Okay, I think all are about clear why we need why it is very mandatory to perform the column standardizations. Okay.